Hi everyone, so it's Loami from ITTL. This is the first video I'm gonna be doing screen recording, and I don't know how it will be like, so you guys will give me some feedback about how the sound was like and basically how everything was like, right? So I'm gonna give a small tutorial about one of the research tools called Yahoo Finance, right? So without delaying, let's go to. So the URL is this finance.yahoo.com, and it's really one of the tools that contain a lot of information for investors who are looking to get started. Alright, so as you can see, there are like a lot of things on this website, right? So like the first thing you're gonna do is that you're going to sign in or create an email. If you don't have an Yahoo email, so you can still use this website without an email, but when you have an email, when you have created an account to this website, it goes way smoother than we think. So let me go here where I have my email opened, and you see how the thing looks like, right? So this is my email, this is my Yes account, and you can see that they've given me a bunch of messages and notifications, but that does not count anyway. So then to start, this information contains a lot of things. As you see here, there are news about different things that may be related to the companies or the businesses. So the first thing I want to bring your attention is, say you are researching about which stocks might be better, which might not be better. So this section of screeners is really needed because it helps you to sort out. It helps you to sort out and see what stocks may you get interested in, what like. Here you see there are some of the screeners that are already set, like the most shorted stocks, undervalued growth stocks, growth technology stocks, day gainers, day losers, all this kind of stuff. Okay, so this is where you can come and pick a stock according to some criteria that you've set. Okay, so you can even set your random here, like create a new screener, and then that's all about screeners. Screeners basically, they go into a lot of stocks that are already listed, and they pull those that have the characteristics that you're interested in. Okay, so when we move from the screener part to the portfolio part, so this is where you look at the watch list. When you have an account already, then you can save some of the assets that you've been studying and review or restudy them later. So into my account, I added a ticker symbol. Let's look like here. I've been looking into a series of stocks, so it's not loading quickly, but so I've been looking into a series of assets, and that's where, yeah, like this is a bunch of assets I've been looking into in one of my watch lists, right? You can see this is Dropbox, this is called Tattooed Chef, this is called Palantir, and the up 3 are cryptocurrencies. So never mind. But this functionality, what it gives you is that, like, say you visited a stock and you're interested in, you just add it to your portfolio and things move on next. Okay, now here the section about markets is, it gives you the top view in almost every single thing, calendars, what's going to happen in the coming days, trending tickers, what are people buying in, and what are the most achievers in a day, what are the gainers, everything about here. And the section about news is as well telling about the latest things going on. And personal finance, it tells you about, give you some tips about this kind of stuffs. And the cryptocurrency part, they follow a bunch of cryptocurrencies. I don't remember the number, but it's really huge. And then they have the videos, the live videos that give you information, and they have industry updates on some of the industries. But this, we shall need all this information as we go on. Okay, so now the next thing I want to bring your attention is just these numbers. Okay, these bunch of stuffs, like you see something, these are called indexes, right? So if you don't know about it, an index, like say the S&P 5 futures. Oh, I'm looking at the futures, but in the futures market, but when I get back to the home page, yeah, when I get back to the home page, this is where we started. Oh, okay, so okay, it's the same thing. Okay, but basically let's talk about what are the indexes before futures. It's another thing. It's related to some derivatives. Okay, so but let's talk about indexes. This is a measure of something we call index. What is an index? An index is basically, it's a basket. You can say it's a basket of assets that represent the performance of the whole market. Okay, so like the S&P 500 that we're seeing here is nothing but a collection of 500 largest companies in the US. Okay, and that is what we call an index. So what does an index does? It basically tracks the performance of all those companies, of those 500 biggest companies, and the proportion to how much their market cap is. Okay, and this basically means if we can see if 500 markets, if 500 assets in this market have been rising, then we can assume that the whole market has been rising. If it has been falling, we can assume the same. So that's basically the purpose of the index. It's to show us how has the whole market been performing. So that's the thing we will see with Dow Jones Industrial Average, which is this Dow thing. It just shows the top 30 assets, the top 30 companies, and the Nasdaq shows all companies listed on the Nasdaq stock exchange, and Russell 2000 shows it to the top 2000 companies, and yeah, all those kind of, except crude oil and gold, which it tracks the commodities, and this one also CMC. No, wait. So the FTSE follows 100 biggest companies listed on the London Stock Exchange, and Nikkei follows 225 companies listed on the Japanese Stock Exchange. Okay, and now this is a cryptocurrency index, and you can see. So now let's get ahead and look. Let's say we're interested in learning about a particular company. So we come here and we type in, let's say I love to start with Facebook because everybody knows Facebook, right? So let's see, so this is the kind of information that you will get right immediately after you open a particular stock. Okay, so this is Facebook, and FB is what they call ticker symbol which is basically the symbol that symbolizes this Facebook on the stock exchange. So it's FB, and here is where it's listed on the Nasdaq, and its price, the price of one share of Facebook is currently sitting at $363.18. Okay, currency in USD. Okay, so 363.18. And when we look down here, there's a lot of information that this website really has to offer, right? They give you the summary, the charts, the conversations which show what other people are talking about, statistic, historical data, profiles, and more importantly the financials, which is the part that will tell you about, will show you the balance sheets and income statements of this company and everything. And then what other people think about it, like the analysts, and what's happening in the options market, and who hold this company, and its sustainability score. So it's way a lot of information, but let me show you something interesting. Facebook has gone public since in 2012, 2013. Yes, 2012. And when it went public, it was $27 a share, right? And it once dipped to $19, even $18 a share. But as of today we're talking, it's up to 368, which is more than 10x if you ask me. And what I really want to show here is that assets, when you pick the right asset, they really become profitable over the long term. Okay, over the long term they really tend to be profitable, and you can see some dips here, this one and this one and this one as well. Well, and these may be may cause some panic selling in traders or investors, but when you have some, long term, when you do the persistence and the patience, you see that everything really takes off. Okay, so let's look at this summary table. What does it tell us? The previous close is how at the day before this one, how did the stock close? So it closed at $362.65 a share. Now, and today it opened at this, right? So the person who started buying today, the price was this, and this was what it ended up the last day, which basically we're talking about Friday here, and Thursday, and this is Friday morning, because over the weekends they don't work, right? So when we look at the bid and ask, what is bid and ask? These are types of information that tell us what people want. Bid is, it's basically the maximum amount that buyers are willing to give, and ask is it's the minimum amount that the sellers are willing to accept. So it's basically like the negotiation between buyers and sellers, and you see and you reach a conclusion some way. So this is the day range from this to this, and this is the 52-week range, which is basically for the whole year, and this is the volume of number of shares traded within this day, and this is the average volume or number of shares that are usually traded. You see there is relatively less volume for today. The market cap shows the total valuation of the company. If you take all shares and you multiply by the price of one share, you get this. And beta shows how it's been moving related to the S&P 500, and ESP means earnings per share. So we will be talking about this in the future videos, and yeah, it's basically, so when you look below here, you'll find a lot of information that covers this, that are related to Facebook, and you might need to read them and know what's going on. Okay, so I hope this introductory video was important for this tool, but we shall be looking at all this kind of information in a future video. So Thank you very much for joining me, and please give me a feedback on how you found this